Hey, it's Allison from Computers.mom, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use labels to organize your Gmail. All the messages you ever sent or received are sorted by date and they're searchable, but labels allow you to organize them into related groups. To get started with labels, first open Gmail in your favorite web browser, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, Edge, whichever you prefer. When you open Gmail, the first thing you see is your inbox. Inbox is actually a label, and it's in this list on the left of all the labels that Google has already provided for you, including, for example, Sent Mail, which groups together all the mail you've ever sent, obviously, and Drafts, which is mail that you've started writing but haven't sent yet. Those labels are called system labels because Google sets them up automatically for everyone. But Google also provides the option to use categories, which are sections of your inbox. You can see them across the top here and also on the left in the list of system labels. Don't worry if you don't see them, they're optional. You may not be using them. In addition to the automatic system labels, you can create your own custom ones. Suppose I'm doing some traveling and I want to be able to group the travel-related emails under a label Travel. First, I need to create that label. Let's maximize this window to make it a little bit easier to see. On the left-hand side in the system labels, let's scroll down. Oh, categories is taking up too much space. If I click the little triangle next to it, it collapses the categories so I can see better. Now click the More button at the bottom of the list and click Create New Label under More. In the window that pops up, type the name for the label, in this case Travel, and then just click the blue Create button. And our brand new custom label appears in the list of labels on the left. Now, to add that label to an email, let's find some emails that are related to travel, like this one. And I check the box next to it and choose one of these buttons up here. Most of the time I'm going to use this button, Labels. When I click it, a bunch of options appear. You'll see that Updates is already checked, and if I check the Travel button and then Apply, that label is applied to this email. Of course, it's faster if you label a bunch of emails at the same time. So let's check a bunch of them and click the Labels button. Now look carefully. You'll see that next to Travel there's a dash. There are three options for each of these checkboxes. A dash means that some of the emails I've selected already have this label. If it's blank, of course, none of them do, and if it's checked, then they all will. So if I want to change this, I just click on the checkbox, and if I keep clicking, it cycles through the options till I get a check again, and then I can click Apply, and all of those messages will be labeled Travel. A confirmation message shows up here at the bottom of the screen with the option to undo in case I've made a mistake. Let's add a few more to this label by searching for the word vacation. And when I find those emails, I'm just going to check a few of them that haven't shown up otherwise and apply the label the same way. Click the Labels button, click Travel, click Apply, and they're all labeled Travel. Notice that when I click on the Travel label on the left and I see all the emails that have that label, they don't say Travel, they say Inbox. Conversely, if I go up to the Inbox label, I won't see the inbox label, but I will see the travel label, although it's kind of hard to see, so let's fix that. Next to this label are three dots. If I click here, it gives me a menu of options for what I can do to this label. Let's change its color to something nice and bright like this aqua. And now they really pop. In every section of my inbox, I can easily spot the messages that are labeled travel. Let's make another label. This time, suppose I want to group the messages about traveling to Japan together. I'm going to search for all of the messages that have the word Tokyo in them. I want the first two to be labeled Japan, but this time I'm going to do it a little differently. I'll select these first two messages, and instead of creating a label from the System Labels list on the left, I'm going to just use the Labels button because that has the option Create New. And this label is actually a subset, a sublabel as it were, nested under travel. When I create it, it becomes a sublabel. You can see this on the left. And I can show or hide the sublabels by clicking the little triangle next to the parent label travel. Also on the three dots menu for each of the labels is the option to edit the name of the label if I want to. Let's fix the travel label so that it has a capital T just to be consistent, makes it a little easier to find. And we can change the color of the Japan label just like we did before. Let's make it a nice bright orange. Now, wherever I go in my inbox, I can clearly see which emails have which labels. If I decide the Japan label really isn't that useful with only 2 emails in it, all I have to do is go down to the little 3 dots menu and click Remove Label. Now, this is important. Notice that removing the label does not delete the emails that were labeled Japan. That's because labels are not folders. This is a really important concept to understand. Applying labels to email doesn't put them in the label. They're not bins. That's why you can have more than one label on any given email, like travel and inbox. Then, when you select a label in this list on the left, Gmail shows you only the emails that have that label. It hides the others. So here's a quick recap of the process. Create the label either from the System Labels list on the left or by clicking the Labels button and then Create Label. Select the emails you want to label, click the Labels button, select the labels you want to apply, and then click Apply. It sounds harder than it is, as you saw. Feel free to leave questions and comments below, click like if this was helpful, and thanks for watching.